To the CRL Summer Season Gold Mix Championship between the Cleveland Misfires and the LA Dweebs here. We're loading into 6-star hardpoint for map number 1 of this best of 9 series. Ready to see some Call of Duty action. Wolfie, how are you feeling, sir?
Ah, man, I'm feeling great. Not necessarily like these Cleveland Misfires. They just got absolutely roasted there on P1 with LA Dweebs coming out hot here with 5 kills in a row. A couple trades coming down here, but LA Dweebs are looking pretty hot so far. But I am excited to see this best of 9. A lot of Call of Duty to be watched tonight.
That's a fact right there. We've got plenty of Call of Duty to watch, so hopefully you guys got some snacks, got your G Fuel, got whatever energy drink you need, and you're ready to lock and load for the night watching some Call of Duty. Really solid start to the map number 1 here. Pretty back and forth so far. We see the side of the Cleveland Misfires here with the preferred spawns for P2, but Serpent's in the back lines, kind of looking to make the play here. He's going to end up picking up 2 of them, but ultimately that Cleveland Misfire team is going to keep spawning behind him, so he's looking for some assistance from the rest of his team as they're looking to secure this P2 here and get some of this early time to hopefully lead to a good advantage securing P3 spawns as we start to look over towards that side of the map as well.
Yeah, LA Dweebs did a good job there, P1, really getting that initial time, but they kind of lost it towards the second half on the side of Cleveland. And Cleveland do have a fairly good setup here towards P2. They are starting to probably look towards rotating here in about 30 seconds towards this P3 jump up side. But unfortunately, the side of LA Dweebs are all spawning there, so it might be difficult. We're looking at number 3 here. It's right. He's making a move towards mid steps here. He is able to pick up 1. Shot's a little bit shaky, but no biggie. As the side of LA Dweebs are here to able to bust in and get that last 15 seconds or so. That should give them a slight advantage coming in here P3, and they have the perfect rotation towards P3 as well.
Yeah, the rotation's really good from P3. Two Dapper's going to get a big kill in the back, but he's going to get picked up. It's going to be up to Quan here to secure this kill onto Wake in the back. He does, and LA Dweebs are going to get that spawn, so it's going to be left up to Serpent here, fighting his way from the front as the rest of the LA Dweebs are off spawn, looking to help out their team from Hill. But Serpent did a pretty good job there getting the early kill, but ultimately, whenever that team is spawning in the back, it's going to be hard to secure. But we're seeing pretty back and forth P3 here so far as the LA Dweebs are looking to break in, secure most of the scrap time, and keep that rotation over to the P4. The LA Dweebs are going to be trying to hit from the front maybe one time, maybe just one more time, and then rotating over to that P4 hill.
Yeah, the side of LA Dweebs, they're getting pretty good initial time. They're just not able to, survive that first or second break there from the side of Cleveland. But doing a great job moving in here to this P4. They do have a couple players here. Unfortunately, one is going to fall on that statue side, but the Cleveland Misfires are going to have a bunch of players here. They're able to get that rotate, and we just see 2Dapper here kind of just waiting his turn, waiting for a good time to attack the enemies.
Yeah, and Two Dapper made a nice little play there from underground, was able to pick up 1 kill, but ultimately gets picked off by the last player left for the LA Dweeb side. So now we're going to see a little bit of a setup here coming in from the Cleveland Misfires. You're looking to keep your watch through you and keep that watch through from a hill from statue, and then ultimately not let anybody kind of get underneath of you underground, and that's kind of your key to success here on the P4. But we're seeing some time go their way. They're going to get picked off, and the Cleveland Misfires are going to be back into the hill. It's left up to Serpent here to kind of provide some cover fire. He's going to get picked off, and looks like Cleveland Misfires are going to secure most of the scrap time unless if Wake has something to say about it. He's going to ultimately get traded out, and that's left to Minx here to kind of break this hill as we're looking to finish out this first rotation of hills and move over back to P1 with a nice little solid lead that the Cleveland Misfires here have put together. The LA Dweebs are kind of on the hot seat, so to speak, looking for some early time here, P1, and ultimately keeping that P2 rotation and kind of taking it over towards that kiddie pool fountain area of the map.
Yeah, but they're about a 30-point lead or so. Cleveland Misfires aren't doing too bad after that initial, first rotation of hills here. But LA Dweebs are able to hold them off kind of here towards this second rotation of P2. Unfortunately, going to get those have 2 players fall there right as I say that. Make that 3, make that 4 from the side of Cleveland Misfires. Going to get this reset here on P1, looking to get some of this middle time. But so far, the Cleveland Misfires have just looked a little bit better teamwork here. Like I mentioned before, gold mix is the highest rank of mix that you will find here in the CRL. So these players are typically going to play in gold pre-made and plat pre-made. So all these players know what they're doing. We do not have inexperienced players up here. So even though this is a mixed division, these aren't pre-made teams. Every player kind of knows what they're doing on the map here. So we are still looking at some pretty high level Call of Duty here as Dobbs is able to spot out 2-Dopper in the back, and that's going to be a big kill for Spawns.
Yeah, big kill to secure the spawns there. It's left up to Zinni, the only one left in small vent around hill, and he's going to get picked off. And now the Cleveland Misfires are going to have to fight through the front of hill. Quan gets a big entry kill, but ultimately going to get traded out. Raiden, nice two-piece there, and that's going to be the hill to the LA Dweebs. And they're going to be looking to kind of keep the Misfires trapped in the back of this P2 spawn here. That way they can secure the rotation over to P3 as well. But some really big kills coming out from Dobbs there in the back and Serpent as well, kind of doing a really good job of baiting each other out. They're able to kind of push right through the backside of the hill, break straight through, and they're looking to kind of keep that momentum going and just run straight towards that P3 to secure that rotation as well.
Yeah, the side of Cleveland Misfires, they're doing a pretty good job here getting the scrap time, but you know, they're not going to get this rotation to P3 like you mentioned. The LA Dweebs are going to be there ready to go. So as long as they can hold off these initial players, they'll make this a game back towards this P3. They're down about by 40 points or so, so they can pretty easily make this up on this P3 as long as they can hold off the rush that's coming in from the side of Cleveland. And this is what we saw last time. LA Dweebs were able to hold the first couple of seconds here, but Cleveland were able to break it. So let's see if they can fix their mistakes here on this P3.
Yeah, they're going to be looking to have a little bit better of a setup than they did last time, but as soon as we start talking about that, the Cleveland Misfires are pushing straight through the wood stairs side, and they're getting some of this time as well. Wake's going to be behind bar. He's able to pick off one. It's going to be left to right and on hop up. He's going to get taken off, and there is one more player that's wood steps. He's going to get that pick, and the Misfires are going to spawn in behind now, so they're going to have a really good shot to secure the scrap time as well as some rotations. But we see number 7, that's Dobbs, already on the rotation. He's going to be a big player here to watch as we see Raiden being able to pick off some of his reinforcements mid. Minx is able to get a good trade, another trade going down, so it's going to be left up to Dobbs and Quan here in a 1v1. Dobbs is going to win that. He's ready for the next player, U. It's going to get taken off, so that's going to be the early rotation over to the Misfires, but they're going to get taken out, and the LA Dweebs are kind of pushing around all around this hill. So really good start to this P4 here by the LA Dweebs. They're going to be looking to secure a good chunk of this time in order to make up a little bit of this gap that they have kind of built up from the first 2 rotations.
Yeah, and that break comes in pretty easily from the side of Cleveland Misfires there, and that's, you know, the players from the front are going to win their fights there, but number 3, it's right. He made a big play there, flanking through long. If all of his teammates die, he has some pretty easy kills there on hill to kind of secure that for his team. So Cleveland Misfires making the right plays so far in this game, looking to hold down the rest of this P4 as Quan here gets a pretty easy 2-piece towards that, and that's 4 dead from the side of LA Dweebs. So Cleveland Misfires are going to pick up a couple free seconds here without any contest as they're starting to get set up towards P1.
Yeah, really solid break and hold there from the side of the Cleveland Misfires. They're looking at a close to 220 score already throughout these first 2 rotations, and we're going to see probably our usual mixy P1 here at the beginning, and ultimately one of the teams kind of securing down most of the time, and one of the other teams kind of getting that P2 rotation. So we're just kind of seeing our back and forth trades here: 2 white, 2 red, 2 white, 2 red, just back and forth all throughout this hill. But the Misfires are in the time. And ultimately we're just kind of just waiting to see who can kind of break in and get some of these 3 or 4 wipes to kind of lead to the vast majority of time here.
Yeah, you know, it's kind of like when you're driving down the road, sometimes you got to turn down the music to see a little bit better. I feel like that's kind of what happened there in that gunfight, but we'll move right past that. Here's LA Dweebs are in control of this P1. Cleveland are able to pick up a couple kills here. Minx able to win a crucial kill rotating over towards P2. Serpent able to win that last hill time there to kind of bring this a little bit closer, but Cleveland Misfires still are at that 220 mark, so any hill at this point they can win on. So you know, if they're them, you know, if you're Cleveland, picking up just even some scrap time super helpful here, but you really got to watch out for this P2 hill. You know, the Cleveland can win here if you're at the side of LA, but if you're the side of Cleveland and you lose this, you pretty much just chalk it up and take it to P3 there, where you've had some pretty good holds this game.
Yeah, they've had a lot of success over on that P3 side of the map, so the Cleveland Misfires here kind of just looking to keep playing around this time and keep securing it, as we're seeing kind of the LA Dweebs push to the front. We see Raiden kind of making the flanks that he's been known for, able to get 2 there, and Dobbs is going to be the last player left here. He's not even going to make it to point, and that's going to be map number 1 to the side of the Cleveland Misfires. Very good map number 1 from them. Teamwork looked on point, and they just kind of never let their foot off the gas pedal. They kind of just kept their points rolling and just kept the hills kind of flowing. The kills were still going too. So really solid map from the side of Cleveland.
Yeah, Cleveland looked pretty spectacular there.
So map
Nothing
number
really.
12 of this series. It really does seem like this is actually map number 2 here, this best of 9. This time it looks like we're actually playing, so that's going to be a good kill from Wake initially there on the side of Ellie Dweeb. So they do have that man advantage, and then right away, Ryden is going to be able to take that man advantage back. And I'm just going to stop talking about man advantage because we're losing them here.
Yeah, I mean, man advantage can come and go very quickly on the map of Rio. Trades are abound on this map, and the Misfires here, down 2-3, are looking to kind of secure this bomb bridge. But it looks like the LA Dweebs may have spotted this bomb is down there, but also possibly not. We see two of their players playing over here towards the A side and leaving SoFlo up to cover that bridge in that bomb area all alone. We see Two Dapper making a nice little play through this connector. He spotted the player. He's going to get that pick off, and they're going to be tied up 2-2 here again. It looks like Quan is going to grab that bomb, and he may be looking to make the plant right now, as we see both of the LA Dweebs players making their way up from the P3 side. Dobbs is not going to spot the bomb planter, so bomb's going to go down. Serpent's not able to get a kill, so ultimately we're going to have a fresh start here. Two Dapper is able to get a big kill on the player back bridge. Quan's hunting him down, and that's going to be round number 1 to the Cleveland Misfires.
Man, that was a great round from, I believe that was Two Dapper and Quan that were last alive there for the Cleveland Misfires. So just a great play there, being able to clutch up a 2v3, get that bomb down. Just a little bit of unfortunate timing there from the LA Dweebs, but Cleveland Misfires so far looking like they're kind of keeping their pace that they had from last match. And we did have a sub in from the side of LA Dweebs, so SoFlo's into this series now. He did miss game 1, so there might be a little bit of a slow start from him there. But we're looking, search and destroy is not the map you want to start out on. But as the series progresses, we'll see some additional help from that side. But Cleveland Misfire is looking good so far as we start here on this defense.
Yeah, really solid start from the Cleveland Misfires. Two Dapper is going to get a kill and just get absolutely incinerated by Serpent. So that's going to be the full A side control over to the LA Dweeb side. And we see the Misfires trying to make a flank. Dobbs gets some decent timing, but also bad timing. He's able to pick off one of the players there. He's going to get hunted down. He's going to get taken down in the back, and now the flank's open. And with Bomb's still down there on that plat side, with the Cleveland Misfires holding it down, it's going to be a little bit of a hard retake from the LA Dweebs to get this bomb and get that bomb planted. We see SoFlo going down there. Serpent's able to get one of the trades. He's going to be left in a 1v2 here with about 40 seconds left to get this bomb and get the plant down. As we see the Misfires kind of just running to kind of maybe try to regroup together to take this site. Serpent's going to need to kind of make the play here, and we're going to see if he gets red back P3 as we see Quan's kind of looking for it. Quan's going to get the read. Quan's going to get the kill. 2-0, Cleveland Misfires. Strong start here so far in the Rio Search and Destroy.
Yeah, Cleveland's defense looking a little bit better than their offense there, even though getting 2 round wins there. But Quan able to stay alive for his team and make some crucial plays there towards the end of the round, during round 1 and round 2. So we're seeing some good plays on the side of Cleveland. Side of LA, really not. We're not really seeing anything bad happen, and just everything's going the side of Cleveland so far. But lots of time left in this game to make some mid-game adjustments on what's happening here. And Rio can be a pretty fast-paced search and destroy map, so those mid-round adjustments that players are making can be pretty difficult sometimes, just to kind of read what's happening and what other teams are doing. But it's right and is able to pick up a first blood. Once again, Zenny able to follow up another kill behind him, so that's going to be a man disadvantage from the side of LA Dweebs with the 2v4 here between SoFlo and Dobbs.
Yeah, and SoFlo, I think, is the player to make the play here. He's behind enemy lines. It looks like Riding is watching the flank, but he didn't catch SoFlo slipping out. So SoFlo's going to be looking to make the play. He's able to pick off one player bridge as he read the second player right behind him. He's going to get shot from you, so he knows that somebody's there. Dobbs is on the other side of the map, able to get a kill, and it's going to be left up to SoFlo here, kind of looking for both these players. They're kind of playing ring around the rosy. He's going to get picked off by Zinni. Dobbs is going to get that trade, is looking for the player Zig. He might have spotted him out, but with 14 seconds left here, you kind of got to force the play. The play comes through, and just a great play from Dobbs there to stay patient on bomb, waiting for that last player from the Cleveland Misfires to chow out there and make sure they didn't just hop bomb immediately. So good bounce back round from the side of the LA Dweebs, and a really good, I believe it was 2v3, being down in that man disadvantage, being able to take that round. On top of that, just a really nice play from the side of the LA Dweebs there.
Yeah, those are 2v4 from the side of LA Dweebs. Cleveland Misfires got those first 2 kills. Dobbs just making a good play there. And, when you're a set of Cleveland Misfires there, you got to check that bomb. Enough time has elapsed so that they could have hopped on bomb. So it's just kind of an unfortunate play there. But LA Dweebs with Soflo making that flank is, you mentioned it, absolutely huge for its team here. Uh, and we're seeing kind of an A hit develop here. We saw this last time. Two Dapper was able to pick up the first kill. Looks like they're trying to isolate him just a little bit here, as the side of Cleveland Misfires are making a little bit of a rotation towards A here. They know absolutely nothing is B. They've gone through it, and they have this entire LA Dweebs team trapped towards A.
Yeah, it's going to be kind of a standoff here, boxes and plat. Wake may be the player to make the play here as he's able to push up to Tractor. He's going to get taken down, but we see one of the LA Dweebs players able to get a trade there on writing. So, you know, solid start to this round, and we're seeing kind of a full wrap back through the lobby side of the map. Dobbs is ready for a gunfight there, able to get the win. Um, and the LA Dweebs are looking to make their play towards this B bomb site as we see the Cleveland Misfire team kind of rotating back around again. So we're kind of seeing some flanks come through on both sides of the equation here. And Dapper may have seen this player cross the bomb. He's going to pick him off bomb. He's not looking for the last player there. Ryden's going to be able to get that trade though. So Cleveland Misfires, a nice little team play there where they're able to stick together, make that rotation, get behind enemy lines, and ultimately able to pick a player off a bomb and just get ready for the next gunfight coming up. So solid round there from the Cleveland Misfires, even despite the start of losing that A site control early.
Yeah, you know, Cleveland Misfires is doing a good job getting back up on the horse there, getting that round win after they had just lost that 2v4. It's got to be a little devastating to your mental there, but you know, you got the round win. Ultimately, kind of really doesn't matter there, as we saw a very interesting gun choice there pop out for just a quick second, probably just a miss much classes there. But the side of Cleveland Misfires looks like they're going to be trying to go towards an A hit. We haven't seen this yet from them, so it should be interesting how they play this.
Yeah, unfortunate from Serpent. They're able to put a lot of good shots down, but not able to get any kills. But that sets up SoFlo nicely for a nice little two-piece in garage there. Two Dappers able to get one, and it's going to be left up to Writing here in a 1v2. He's going to see Wake get chowed, and ultimately going to get taken out. So really, you know, quick, hot round there from the LA Dweebs side. You know, we saw that Cleveland Misfires get very aggressive over the A site. Serpent was able to put in a lot of shots from boxes onto the players crossing. So that set SoFlo up nicely in garage to get some of those early trades and ultimately lead to success on that side. The A side itself, pretty exposed from that boxes. So if you're not able to pick off that player boxes, they can cause a lot of havoc. So solid run from the LA Dweebs there, and we're starting to see our little bit of a back and forth battle here as we're seeing these teams trade out rounds just back and forth as Rio S&D can happen quite often. So one of these teams is looking to kind of push their advantage or tie up our rounds here as we're seeing a pretty big aggressive play come through P1 here. Zinni's going to be laying down Vending, and he's going to be kind of the player to watch to see if he's possibly able to get any action going. But we see the bridge side push coming in from the side of the LA Dweebs, so he's kind of pushing up a little bit, able to pick off one player, able to kind of get out with his life, but he's ultimately going to get traded out from that U side of the map. So we're going to be left up to Quan and Dapper here from the side of Cleveland Misfires and Dobbs and SoFlo for this 2v2.
Yeah, and Quan's at a good spot there to kind of watch that cross. So Dapper knows that people are at least on that gun, that, you know, the bomb site or so. But SoFlo could have made a really interesting move there. Unfortunately, can't see what we see. But the Cleveland Misfires are now up at 2v1 here, just kind of playing next to each other, making sure they don't get traded out.
Yeah, and we're seeing Dobbs just kind of laying the pre-fire down, hoping to get one of the players peeking out. But really good team bait there from the side of the Cleveland Misfires, able to get the info on the guy Eskies, get some shots in, and then ultimately send in Dapper to finish off the kill. So really good team play coming out here so far from the Search and Destroy from the side of the Cleveland Misfires, and they're going to be looking to keep pushing their advantage a little bit in the Search and Destroy for this map number 2 in this best of 9 series. So from the side of LA Dweebs, you're going to need a bounce back round kind of here on the defensive side of the map. Definitely the spot to do it if you're able to play your trades and play your life advantage. But we're going to kind of see what the play comes through here from the side of the Cleveland Misfires. We've seen a little bit of everything from both these teams on offense. We see the bomb playing towards the A side, but I doubt they're going to heavily commit to this without getting any early picks. And as soon as I say that, we see a nice grenade coming in from the side of 2 Dapper. That's going to leave this A site exposed. So if they decide to make their play now, they're going to be able to get this bomb down, and they're going to kind of force these Cleveland Misfire players to make the rotation over. With Quan kind of playing that flank side, he could be the player to watch as we start to see this play develop.
Yeah, Quan playing a pretty crucial spot here, just watching the pretty deep flank here is going to have Dobbs coming out here in just a second. Gunfight's coming down. Dobbs is able to win that, so they do know no one else is probably on flank there. Wake able to win another gunfight, so it's just going to be Dapper left in a sorry, it's not Dapper left. It's going to be a 2v3 there between Dapper and Zenny. Bomb is still there. LA Dweebs able to pick up those 2 kills, get that defuse, bring it up to a 4v3 here. You know, this is still anyone's game. No one's dead in the water yet. It's been pretty back and forth this whole game. So we're really just looking for the LA Dweebs here. If they can win an offense here, we're really making this part of a game.
Yeah, I'd like to just say that was a huge first kill by the side of Dobbs there for the LA Dweebs on that player that was watching the back flank. You know, being able to secure that kill with all their other players kind of towards the boxes and a bomb side of the map really let them have that free rotation, kind of take that plat side where you have a little bit of that vertical, you know, that elevation kind of advantage. So really good retake from the side of the LA Dweebs there. We saw that the time was getting kind of low, but ultimately they were able to secure that defensive round win. And like you said, they're going to be looking to kind of make their play, tie this map up 4-4 here on the offensive side. So kind of looking to make their play towards the A side of the map. They're unfortunately going to get first blooded, and we may see a little bit shift of pace here for what play they're going to make as we start to see the bomb making its way back towards middle. He's going to check that vending corner. Zinni's going to spot him, ultimately try to get out, knowing that the Chow is probably coming through. SoFlo, just a really good bait there, trying to get some info for his team to help out as they're trying to make this play develop towards this B side of the map.
Yeah, and the side of Cleveland Misfires pretty much know. You know, you have Quan pushed up pretty far on the A site. He knows this if anybody's pushing, so the side of Cleveland can pretty much just all stack B. And that's exactly what they're doing here. Dobbs should have a pretty easy kill on the right in there. Going to even this up a little bit more between Dobbs and SoFlo. And we've seen him do this once. Can we see him do it again?
Yeah, just really good two-piece there from the side of Dobbs, kind of trying to even up the score. Unfortunately, he's going to get traded out, and it's going to be left to SoFlo here in a 1v2 with very limited time left and having to get this bomb down. He's kind of looking for info, trying to find out where these players are, but we see 2Dapper just kind of watching the bridge side. We see Quan just kind of playing over towards boxes, watching the A side. So this team is going to try to converge on this player. Unfortunately, he's going to kind of give up his life there trying to find info since he didn't find anybody. And we're going to see this defuse coming down for the side of the Cleveland Misfires. That's going to be map point for them being up 5-3 here. We're going to see if they're able to close it out here, if we're going to see some more search and destroy coming in on Rio. So the side of the LA Dweebs, really big defensive round here. You need to secure this round in order to keep this map going and give yourself a chance to win this map number 2.
Yeah, and the LA Dweebs have been pretty good on defense here, able to get those retakes when they need to. You know, operate under a man advantage and do well there. But you know, that's just kind of the thing. They've been at the man advantage pretty much, or man disadvantage pretty much every round that I can think of this game. And so, you know, in a search and destroy, you really want to make sure you're having the man advantage, you're capitalizing on those when you can get it. And SoFlo with a pretty interesting spot here, just kind of watching if anybody's pushing here. And the side of LA Dweebs kind of sniffed something over towards A, sending 3 players towards that back garage side. Serpent is able to pick up the player kind of trying to rotate towards B, but Ryden able to get a great flank coming in, only able to pick up one. Serpent able to pick up that trade on him. But that's huge from the side of Cleveland, able just to kind of spot out where a couple of those players are. They know players are back there. Bomb is going immediately down on B after that.
Yeah, and Quan with a really nice play there, just kind of laying down in the zig, not expecting that with the bomb going down. So really solid start here. We see Quan taking another chow, trying to get a player in the back of P3. SoFlo is able to get a big kill from that bridge side of the map, and we see Quan again trying to make the play. He's able to pick off one in the back, looking for that player window, going to get picked off. So now that's going to be round 1 of the LA Dweebs. So really nice solid two-piece there from the side of Dobbs, being able to pick off both those players that are making the play from behind through that P3 side of the map. So we needed to see that defensive win from the side of the LA Dweebs. We saw it. We're going to continue on this map, and they're going to be looking to make their magic kind of happen here with an offensive round win to tie us up and send us to that magical round 11 for this map number 2.
Yeah, you know, Dobbs is really you know, he's really coming heavy and coming for this map number 2. He's feeling warmed up. He's ready to go. It's kind of fight between him and 2Dapper right now, with both dropping double-digit kills so far. 2Dapper going 13-5 and Dobbs going 11-5 here. So it's really just kind of who can carry their team the most right now. And you know, Dobbs is responsible for a lot of the clutch plays. We do see Serpent able to finally get that first blood for the side of Dweebs here on offense. So they maybe they can work something here. But you know, from the side of Dobbs, you've been seeing a lot of clutches happen out here. So he's kind of the player you definitely want to keep alive in these rounds.
Yeah, Dobbs been making a lot of good plays for his team. He's currently on a 2 streak. Would be kind of difficult for him to secure a cruise missile, unless if it's in that round 11 if they secure the win here. But they've got a lot of control of this B side. We're going to see that bomb start to go down from the side of Wake. There is Zinni here playing on the zig steps. He's going to be looking for the player off the bomb. Is going to get taken down by Wake, so it's going to be a 2v4 now. We see Writing and Dapper both getting a kill, able to even up the score. With 30 seconds left here, they're going to be looking to get some info. I think Writing spotted the player that went U, so he's gonna be looking for SoFlo here. He's able to get that kill, and they're gonna both know that this last player's connector, so they're both kind of converging on him, looking to kind of secure this kill. Dapper's gonna pick that up, and that's gonna be map number 2 to the side of the Cleveland Misfires. There in that 2v4 clutch.
Yeah, the Cleveland Misfires, you had a couple players with double-digit kills. They're really just kind of controlling the kill side of the map there. But you know, the Dweebs, they really just couldn't capitalize on getting any of those first bloods. When they did, they did well on them, but unfortunately, you're just knocking down. Kind of off rip. That's kind of their whole goal here. So I'm sure we'll see that here as we do see the side of Cleveland. They are attacking first, so they do have a chance here to make a pretty big statement on this offensive side. We do hear that propane kind of go off towards that A side. But the side of Cleveland here kind of just playing slow, maybe trying to play for some picks off rip.
Yeah, just trying to play for some picks off rip. No early time going towards their team, but we see a nice little 3 dead there that may open up this map a little bit. We see SoFlo being the last player pushed up inside that B point. He's going to be challenging B Street. He's going to get taken down by Quan, but he's going to get traded out by Dobbs B Street. But we see that those ticks starting to come in on that A side of the map, and they're on B as well. So clock is going to be stopped at this minute, and we're going to see some ticks coming in for both these 2 points right now. So from the side of Dweebs, you're in a spot right now where you got to choose if you're going to attack A that already has 2 ticks secured, if you're going to attack B. We're seeing Serpent chow out. He's going to get taken off. We see SoFlo stuck in the mid pallets getting taken out as well. Quan's able to win a big 1v1 there on that A point. And we see that second tick coming in by Writing. So just ultimately the Cleveland Misfires so far throughout this first offensive round doing a really good job of kind of slaying out. The A point's going to go down, and it's all going to be left to just 1 tick left on B with an 8 lead life advantage as well. So really strong offense. They're starting off pretty slow, waiting for their chance to strike with that early 3 or 4 dead. They found it. They were able to take advantage of it, kind of stacking both the points with equal opportunities. We saw a lot of big 1v1s coming down from players. Where we're seeing Ryden left here on point. He's almost able to close it out, but Dobbs, making that play from scaffolding, is able to get the rest of those Cleveland Misfires off that point, looking to defocus, take a little bit, and kind of get some map presence as these Cleveland Misfires are coming off spawn and pushing up through the middle of the map.
Yeah, and unfortunately, that's going to be 4 dead from the side of Dweebs, and that's pretty much going to be it. Players are going to hop on, they're going to get that point, and, you know, from the side of Cleveland Misfires, they did exactly what they needed to. You know, off rip, they lost a couple players. They were able to get that next 3 down. They were able to kind of regain middle map position, take it back to like the 50-50 on the map, and then they just won pretty much all the gunfights after that. Able to hop on both points, take those both pretty slow, take A first, and eventually take B. Having B as the second point left is going to be definitely the more rough side from this side of defensive, just because B is a lot easier to capture.
Yeah, the B side of the map definitely, you know, unless you get some good nades that kind of fly in and kind of bounce around, it's really hard to pick off those players early on because it's not very exposed, whereas the A site, you have multiple attacking angles to push through, and you're able to get some of those early picks to lead juice to success. But the Dweebs are looking to have a solid start here on the offensive side as well, but we're seeing 3 down already from their side, so the Cleveland Misfires are looking to push up with Bryden pushing up here. He's going to get spotted off by Serpent, and that's going to allow his team to get out of spawn here. As long as they can pick off 2 Dapper in the back, they send 2 players in, they're able to pick him off, so they're going to be able to make it out of their spawn, and they're going to be looking to secure some of these picks to get some map presence to make their way up. Serpent, maybe the player to watch as he's jumping into that point, going to get taken down, and unfortunately, that's going to be 3 down again from the side of the LA Dweebs, and we see Quan making that play to push up in their spawn. He's going to be playing in a little bit of a nerdy corner, waiting for some players to jump out. He's going to get one. His teammates are able to pick up the other, and then it's going to be left to wake up in that window. But we see Dobbs here on a nice little flank. He's going to get spotted by Ryden, and he's going to get taken out as well. So really solid map presence here from the side of the Cleveland Misfires. Not really allow them to slip the net or get a whole lot of map presence, and they're just doing a really good job of playing the defensive side of the high-rise control here. As we're left with 15 seconds left with these players in their spawn. We see number 8, that's SoFlo, able to make it out towards the A capture point. He's going to stop the clock, but the Cleveland Misfires are ready for it. So we're going to see some team kills come down. We're going to see one pick taken out, and that's going to ultimately lead to left to a 1v1 on the point. 2 Dapper versus Serpent, going to get taken off, and we see one tick coming down already as tick number 2 is kind of trying to come in from the side of the LA Dweebs.
Yeah, we see a little bit of an explosion there from the side of Dobbs, a little bit of friendly fire there. Clock is going to get stopped there with 2.6, but Zenny with a great 2-piece there. Nobody able to get to point there, as the Cleveland Misfires are going to have a pretty dominant defense there. I believe they only lost 1 tick on that A side. I'm not sure if they ever got that second tick. But so far, if you're the Cleveland, you're up 2-0 in this map, and you know how you had a pretty stellar offense here, so you're looking to kind of repeat that here, kind of send this into a 3-0, and so far this map really isn't looking close at all from the side of LA Dweebs, so Cleveland's really looking to end it out here.
Yeah, and I mean, the LA Dweebs are not out of it yet. We've seen some reverse sweeps on high-rise control before, so we can see it again. It's just going to take a really solid defense here, and then a solid bounce-back offensive round. So they're looking to do basically the same thing that Misfires did to them. Get those 3 down, get those 4 downs. Don't let them out of their spawn, and just keep dwindling those lives away, and ultimately, that's going to lead to success early on. So we see Ryden making the flank here. He's going to get taken down by those players, and we're going to see that spawn trap getting set up, possibly. 2 Dappers looking to make the slip through elevators. That player on top of him is going to get taken out. We see Dobbs being able to make a little bit of a flank himself, and he's looking to kind of make the play in the back. 2 Dappers looking for him, able to get that pick, and the side of the Cleveland Misfires are going to make it over towards A. They're looking for Z-Wake up top heli. They're going to get that pick, and that may be the first tick already down on A, as the LA Dweebs are looking to rotate over to take them off the capture point.
Yeah, like you mentioned, first tick is down, second tick is on its way. We are going to see a contest coming in here from SoFlo. Unfortunately, that propane is going to come off there with that's going to a team kill coming in from the side of Serpent. Serpent is going to fall to his nade. That is going to be the second tick coming down from the A side. And while we're watching a fight down there, was someone able to hop on B, able to cause a little bit of distraction there, and you know, honestly causes the side of Dweebs to have to focus B. They don't want to give up a tick there, and the side of A just pretty much goes bye-bye. So now you're just Cleveland Misfires. You're left with this B side. You already have one person on point ready to stop that clock here. Dobbs is looking to make a little bit of a contest here. Unfortunately, going to lose a gunfight. Cleveland with 2 kills, 1 tick of progress already on B. They have a minute and a half left on the clock. We'll see if the side of LA Dweebs can do anything here as Z-Wake's looking to make a move.
Yeah, Wake's able to get a big pick in point, able to kind of reset the map. We see 2 players from the side of Cleveland kind of pushed out towards this A and pit side. Z-Wake able to pick off one of them. But 2 Dapper is kind of the player here that's looking for these spawn kills. He's going to get taken out. But we see that map presence shifting over towards Cleveland, as well as they're able to make some of their presence known towards the B side. And we're just seeing some trades going back and forth right now. We're going to be looking for one of these 2 teams to get some map presence to ultimately secure this round going forward. We see Serpent looking for a player in the spawn. They're able to pick off him, and that's going to be Z-Wake kind of pushed up towards this B Street side. We see a cruise missile coming in from the side of the Cleveland Misfires. Ryden's able to pick off one, and ultimately there's only 1 minute left. We're seeing a 7v6 in the life count. That's going to be basically around a search and destroy as we see Cleveland getting up towards this B Street.
Yeah, Cleveland left with no respawns. They know where 2 of those players are. They're back in their spawn. We do see a team nade coming in from the side of the Dweebs, so a 4v5. Definitely not out of the realm of possibility, making this a 4v4 here as Dobbs able to spot someone towards top heli, able to pick up that kill on quad. Serpent able to pick up that kill towards Zenny, so it's going to be a 2v4 here. Tapper able to make a little bit of a flank here, able to spot one, not able to spot that second. And LA Dweebs, you got to win on the board here from a defensive side, so you got to make something work here. on this offense. Your last one was not very successful at all. So you really got to take a play out of the playbook of Cleveland Misfires and have a pretty successful offense here.
Yeah, and for the side of LA Dweebs, it's not only going to take one successful offense, but I believe based off of the 4 ticks that they got there, they're going to have to secure 2 back-to-back offensive rounds, even with a 6 capture point win here. So it's going to be a tough battle to climb here, but it's definitely possible in high-rise control. You know, you just got to look for that 4 dead situation, and then you're stacking the point 4 points. And that's just going to be their goal. Looks like our focus is going to be kind of towards that B site right now. And we might see a cruise missile coming in from the side of LA Dweebs early, looking to secure some early time on one of these capture points. We're going to see if Dom's able to pick off anybody. He does not, but he's going to get some info for his team. As they look to push forward throughout this map, Dobbs is going to be looking for this player B Street. Clown's playing in their pit, and we see Wake here pushed up in the spawn of the Cleveland Misfires. He's going to be looking to kind of cause some havoc here to ultimately give his team some space on the map. We see 2Dapper winning a big kill in elevators, and it's going to be Serpent here on this A point left alone. He's going to get taken down. That's going to be players off spawn right into the arms of Quan, who's waiting to spawn kill these elevators off spawn. He's able to get 2, looking for the 3rd. Able to get that 3rd kill, but ultimately is going to get traded out very quickly here. So, solid start to this spawn trap setup from the side of the Cleveland Misfires. They're looking to just keep some shots in, keep these players in their spawn. As we see Ryan pushed up towards this pit side, he's going to get taken out by Serpent. That's going to be 2 dead from the side of the Cleveland Misfires. That's going to be 3 dead. It's going to be left to Quan here on the B point. As we see the LA teams making their way towards A. Soflo is able to pick off that kill. He's going to be looking to secure this tick, but with 25 seconds left, all it's going to take is another wipe and keeping these players off the time, and you're going to be able to secure this map from the side of the Cleveland Misfires. We're just kind of seeing kind of a back and forth, a little bit of a spread from both these 2 teams, kind of just playing their advantage here when they can get it, but that's going to be another player down on that capture point. Dobbs is the only one that's left close to a point. He's kind of not able to make his decision about where he wants to go. Ultimately, we've got Ryden here on this 8th capture point. He's looking to make the play. He's going to get baited out. He's going to get a team kill from the side of the LA Dweebs. They're on the A capture point now, looking to stay alive is Soflo, as his team is all off spawn. He's able to win a big 1v1. The rest of his team is pushing up through the blue side of the map, looking to provide him some support. Ryden with a nice big 2-piece there. He's looking for the 3rd. Almost able to get the 3rd. He's ultimately able to put the shots in to help his team secure this map number 3 for the side of the Cleveland Misfires.
Yeah, just really, I mean, there's not much to talk about there. Cleveland Misfires, just a really good game of high-rise control. They're just not able to pick up that round number 3 on their offense, but pretty substantial win here on this round 14.
I think from the side of LA Dweebs, you got to start off hot here in order to have success throughout the rest of the series.
Yeah, and LA Dweebs starting on that P3 side, so they are going to get to point a little bit faster, collect a couple points before the Cleveland Misfires even touch it. So you really just got to hold here off rip. Ryden able to get through you just fine, able to pick up 2 kills before he eventually falls to Wake. Wake not able to pick up any more kills, but Dobbs is able to pick up 1, and now it's going to be Cleveland Misfires in control of this P1, still keeping those spawns on the side of LA Dweebs here, as Zenny's pushed up into Zig, able to get 1 kill. Dapper able to pick up that 2nd. We do see a player trying to rotate over towards that P2, but Ryden is able to pick him up. And that's just all kills going inside of Cleveland Misfires so far. We do see a little bit of a spawn out there, maybe a little bit too aggression from the side of Cleveland Misfires. But so LA Dweebs were blessed with a little bit of a good spawn towards that P2 side, so they should be looking good for this P2 as long as they're able to win their gunfights. And so far, Cleveland Misfires aren't letting that happen.
Yeah, that's some really big plays coming out of Riding in the back of gate there, kind of helping the LA Dweebs, keeping them off of that point directly. So some early time coming here for this P2. We see Zinni winning a big kill on jump up, but now we're going to start to see these LA Dweebs getting control of this P2, and they're going to be looking to set up a nice solid hold here in order to get them back into this map number 2 very early on. So we're looking to set up kind of all around P2, kind of watching every single flank, but we may be able to see Zinni slip the net here. He's pushing through the back of gate. We see the front kills coming for the side of the Cleveland Misfires. We see that Dobbs there in connector kind of running, trying to play his life. But this has been a very mixy P2, which can happen if one of the teams isn't able to solidify that control early on. And from the side of the LA Dweebs, you're kind of stuck back here in these P2 spawns. You're not able to make any sort of rotation, and with only 10 seconds left, it's going to be hard for you to move over to this P3 to break in and get some of the time, or get a really solid chunk of time in this P3. So they're looking to push through P1 towards that bridge side of the map, and through this P1 side to kind of make this break on this P3 hill.
Yeah, Cleveland Misfires are already set up here on this P3. We do see the first couple kills coming from the side of Dweebs, with Cleveland coming up with 2 of their own. Wake able to pick up that kind of third crucial kill, but this kill feed so far has been pretty pinstripe. We do see that Dweebs are able to pick up that back spawn. That is going to be pretty crucial here for getting reinforcements there, as Cleveland Misfires are able to take the hill for just a couple seconds here, as the side of Dweebs able to pick up a few extra kills there with Dobbs with a great 2-piece in the back. But we do see some mixy spawns coming here, with Dweebs now losing the spawn in the back, and spawning towards that P2 side. So the side of Cleveland Misfires here just kind of not sure where to look, but they are able to keep a lot of this time here, as this time's pretty mixy. Last kind of gunfight here happening for this scrap time, as we see a rotation over towards P4. And the side of Cleveland Misfires, they have more numbers here. It was the 3v3. Unfortunately, Quan is going to pick up SoFlo. Wake able to kind of pick up his trade towards this P2 area. Serpent able to pick up another one, and just kind of with this last player towards garage and boxes, Dweebs looking like they're making a mark here on P4.
Yeah, really solid opening break to this P4. We see some kind of hectic plays coming out, some players just challenging, kind of losing their lives, but we see Dobbs on a really nice flank here, able to pick off one player in the back. He knows that there's no players in garage. He's looking for Quan. Quan's able to win a big 1v1 there. Zinni's still in time, but he's kind of flooded all around by these Dweebs players, and we're just kind of seeing a back and forth mixy P4 here. Cleveland Misfires ultimately able to win some of that control, and we see number 4 already. That's Zinni set up on that rotation bridge. So really solid start to this first rotation of hills from the side of the Cleveland Misfires. You know, starting off very hot in this map number 4, and we see a nice little 3 dead come there, and we see the Dweebs able to get some of the scrap time and able to secure some positioning over towards this P5. So looking to make their mark here and make a little bit of a comeback start to happen on this P5 to end out this first rotation of hills.
Yeah, and I feel like Dweebs, they get like an early rotation. They get a couple players here, and then just out of nowhere, Cleveland Misfires have 3 people on top of them. Like, they must be just getting the blessedest of spawns. But so far, Dweebs looking pretty good here. First 3 initial kills coming down on this P5. And this is where they can really turn it around here. P5, we're going to transition this into a decent P1. And into that great P2, they can make this map their own. But if Quan and Israel have anything to say about it, with a great 3-piece from them combined, able to pick up that 4th kill here, able to take a little bit of this time on P5 as well.
Yeah, they're looking to secure the rest of the scrap time and keep their advantage. Not as much as it once was, but still keep a nice advantage throughout this first rotation. And, you know, we've mentioned it before, being on cast a couple times last week. The second rotation of some of these new hardcore maps are really what matters. Rio being one of those maps as well, where you start to see a very close first rotation of hills, like we see here, only a 50-point lead for one of the teams. But throughout the second rotation, it'll be interesting to see if one of the teams is able to start to kind of grow that advantage and kind of get this map out of control from one of the other teams to kind of make that comeback. So early time to the side of the Cleveland Misfires here. They're looking to play all around this P1. We see number 4, that's Zinni, kind of making the play through the flank. He's able to pick up a kill lobby. He's looking to slip the net throughout the back of the spawns, and he is going to flip out the Dweebs there. So if they pick up this player, they need to turn around and start to look for these players in that P3 spawn, and they do. They're ready for it. Just a really solid hold there for the vast majority of time, and they're able to secure those spawns and flip. But we see some big wins coming down on that P2 rotation. That's going to spawn the Cleveland Misfires out, and we're going to see kind of our little back and forth parallel here all the way back of market, and we're going to see which team is able to kind of secure this, as we see 3 players from the Dweebs set up around the gate and P2 side of the map. The Cleveland Misfires are looking to make their play through the back and through the connector side. I think that's going to be spawns to the side of Cleveland Misfires, and they're going to be looking to pick off the rest of these players that are close to hill in order to secure the early time on this P2 rotation.
Yeah, and if you're a newer player, a little bit more of an inexperienced player, watch that clip back from that rotation with about 15 seconds or so left on that P1. We saw number 1 and number 3, Dapper and Raiden, just don't even push towards that P2. They just left P1, left that time for a player to kind of bump them there, and then get immediately back to those P2 spawns. They immediately block the players from LA Dweebs, get them out of the spawn, and allow their players just kind of filter and get the kills from the front if you can. If you can't, you're still going to spawn back here with your team, and that allows them to get the majority of this time here on this P2. If you didn't catch that live, go back and watch that. That is some great heads up Call of Duty from those two players, and absolutely are able to pick them up, you know, an extra 40 or 50 points here in that P2. Heading into this P3, and just now up at this point where they're at a 110-point lead, you know, kind of looking unstoppable so far.
Yeah, looking very dominant throughout this first rotation into the second rotation throughout. But we see the LA Dweebs, nice little setup here. They're getting all their kills they need to around the hill. One's going to try to break in. He's only able to get a kill, so that's going to be presence back to the side of the LA Dweebs here as they're looking to secure this P3. But as soon as I say that, nice little two-piece coming from Zinni. He's looking for more players around this hill. He's going to be able to pick up the player boxes. Ultimately going to get traded out by weight there. So solid back and forth time from the side of the LA Dweebs here, but from the side of Cleveland, you're not too upset about that. And we see Raiden and 2 Dapper, the 2 guys making the plays for the most part for this Cleveland Misfire team, able to kind of break this hill, secure a little bit of time, back and forth again. And we're going to be looking over to this P4 rotation. That's going to be very mixy early on with both teams kind of set up. We see 2 kills going either way. It's going to be left into a 1v1 here between that's Raiden and Wake, and Raiden's going to be able to win that gunfight as well. But ultimately not able to get any control, so they're going to be looking for player boxes. Raiden's able to get that kill as well.
Dude,
this guy is just doing everything right now. But we see a nice little two-piece coming there from Serpent, so they're kind of looking to make their way out of Garage. But ultimately, these Cleveland Misfires, they're just going to spread out all across this flat and boxes area. They're looking to just keep their trades going and keep this clock ticking down and secure a little bit of time when they can.
Yeah, LA Dweebs, you know, they had a pretty good P3 there to P4. They got back to about an 80-point lead, so about a 30-point increase there from that last hill point. But at this point, you know, if you're the Cleveland Misfires, you're fine taking 10, 15 seconds of scrap time. Just gets you ever so closer to that 250 here. And this is exactly that 15 seconds that they're perfectly fine taking after losing that hill. But that'll bring them there right pretty much at that 225 mark or so, and that's a dangerous place to be. That's only a couple breaks throughout the last couple of hills and you're dead. So the LA Dweebs here, you got to have flawless P5, and it is that way so far.
I think from the side of the Cleveland Misfires, you know, just feeling up the flow of this map so far, your breaks have been on point, so you're okay getting that 20, 15-second scrap time, knowing that you're going to break most of these hills before it may even pop, or, you know, within 10 to 15, 20 seconds again on the other side. So they're just doing a really good job of playing the pace that they need to when they need to. We see Raiden kind of pushed up here looking for these players P3. He's not able to get one. We see 2 Dapper getting a big kill in the hill on that player armor. As we're starting to see this clock start to tick down, we're left at 10 seconds left to win this. They can win this on this P5, or they can secure this rotation over to P1, P2, P3, whatever it may be. We should left here on a 1v1 with Quan and Serpent. They're looking for each other. Serpent's able to get that kill. Should secure this scrap time, but we're going to start to see our mixiness come down P1 as we see Raiden looking for these players already. He's able to pick off one. And Dobbs is looking here to get some of these trades. He's able to pick off one. Not looking for the player U. That's going to be Zinni that's able to get the kill. Looking at 5-7 seconds left. Zinni's able to flick around and get that other pick. So this back and forth time is going to be big from the side of Cleveland here. They're just looking to, you know, just kind of keep their pace when they can, get 1 second, get 2 seconds here, or win it right here as they get that 4 dead. And that's going to be map number 4 to the side of the Cleveland Misfires. Just a really dominant start to that hard point, and they just kept the gas pedal on the entire time. Did a really good job of playing some of those rotation picks whenever we saw that P2 on that second rotation, but ultimately just playing some really good team Call of Duty there, where they're able to just kind of make those breaks happen every time that they map number 5 of this gold mixed summer CRL season. We're looking at the Cleveland Misfire here on match point, looking to close this series out and secure their championship for the season. We're seeing an early 2 kills from the side of them. They're looking to possibly plant this bomb A or make the rotation over. We're looking at Serpent and Dobbs left over on the B side of the map, and full A control here with the bomb going down on the Cleveland Misfires. The LA Dweebs are looking to make the rotation back over to possibly take up the life disadvantage they've got here. Ryan's able to put in a big kill Yellow. Soflo through the flank, able to pick off one player, back Cafe. He's going to get chowed out. 2 Dapper, able to win that round there for the Cleveland Misfires, up 1-0 in this map number 5. So strong start from the side of the Cleveland Misfires, looking to keep their momentum going in this season to secure that championship to close out their season for this CRL Summer Mixed Gold Championship.
Yeah, you know, the LA game number 5 of this best of 9 between the Cleveland Misfires and the LA Dweebs. It looks like we're up to a good start. That's gonna make me like 1 for 7 here on Search and Destroy starts. Zenny able to start us off with a great first blood there towards that barrel cut. Gonna take some shots towards those that back milk truck side, but able to get away with his life here as the Cleveland Misfires get that first blood. Exactly what kind of we were talking about at the end of last game with those first bloods being very important on Karachi Search and Destroy with bomb going down on A already.
Yeah, and we see the LA Dweebs here pretty split. 1 player back in their spawn, 1 player coming through the red ticket side, bus side of the map. So ultimately, with both these players split, it's going to be up to some big one-on-ones. Minx is able to get a big kill there. We're seeing Minx back into this LA Dweebs team due to a possible power outage from the side of Dobbs coming in. But with 18 seconds left, these players are going to have to kind of make their plays. It's going to be left up to Serpent and a 1v3. He's going to get taken out, Cafe, and that's going to be a solid round number 1 from the side of the Cleveland Misfires, winning this first offensive round. Just really comes down to Zinni getting that first blood on the B Street, not getting traded out, kind of being able to make the play happen from that side of the map. The rest of his team win another gunfight over towards the A side. That frees up all the space on the map, and they're able to kind of fan out, wait for these 2 players to have to push in, and ultimately just get those trades to win that round number 1. So off to a solid start here, as they're looking to win a defensive side now here as well. So for them, it's all about not letting players slip the net, being able to get that first blood, and then kind of keeping your positioning in play and covering those bombs. As we see this bomb making its way towards the B side of the map, we're going to see Ryden getting that early first blood, giving his team the advantage.
Yeah, Ryden's has been crucial and is for his team, especially here in the Search and Destroys. But from the side of LA Dweebs, you are down a player. You're heading towards this B side. You really got to just make sure you get bombed down here, play this advantage. Ryden able to kind of just do whatever he wants on the map right now. Able to make it through towards top third. Able to spot another player off Minx left here in a 1v4. Able to pick up 1 kill, but is going to fall. Cleveland Misfires going to be up 2-0 in this game, heading back towards that defensive side of Karachi control. And so far, Cleveland Misfires have been doing everything that you need to on the map, getting those first bloods, able to kind of trap those teams on defense when you get that initial first blood, make sure you know where they're going. They're just looking really solid as a team right now.
Yeah, looking really solid. We saw Ryden kind of make the play there. I think he was able to run bottom chicken coop for free and was able to flank through those third stairs. No players had that crosswatch happening since a player got taken down early. So ultimately, being able to find those little gaps in the defensive setup is what's going to lead to some success on Karachi. So we're looking, the LA Dweebs here set up to cover both the A and the B side of the map here. We see Wake's able to pick off Ryden early on. He doesn't have any idea that these other players in P1. He's going to get traded out. We're seeing just some trades go down back and forth here, and we're going to be left in a 3v2, the LA Dweebs with the man advantage, as we're seeing Zinni looking for some players making his way through the back of the spawn. I'm not sure if Minx spotted him or not. Looks like they're kind of having a standoff. Quan's able to get some shots into a player P1, but ultimately he's going to be kind of making the play for his team here, looking for this player. Serpent's able to get out with his life. We see a player lose their life back in that junk side area, so we're going to be tied up in a 2v2 here with the bomb kind of playing in this top church area, and they may be looking to make this rotation over to the A side. Serpent's able to spot that out, able to kill the player Arches, and it's going to be a 1v2 for the side of Quan. He's able to put some shots down, not able to get a kill. He's looking to plant this bomb, but both of the LA Dweebs players are here. They're looking for him. They're not sure if he's on bomb. They're going to see him off spawn, and they're able to pick up that kill and get one run on the board. So solid bounce back around from the side of the LA Dweebs. They're able to kind of play their advantage while they had it and win that defensive side. going into this round number 4, the LA Dweebs are going to be on the offensive side. They're going to be looking to tie this map up 2-2 here with a solid offensive round win. Looks like the bomb is going to be making its way towards that B side of the map again, with 3 players from the side of the Cleveland Misfires going to be here in contest for it. We see Wake making a nice play through the middle of the map, looking to get some aggression going through here on the barrel side of the map. He's going to get spotted out. He's kind of running for his life, and he's ultimately going to kind of play his life. In P1, we see Serpent able to get the first blood there. That's going to free up a little bit of space towards this B side with Quan playing in secret here. He's going to get some bad timing, going to get traded out, and that should be a free bomb plant to the side of the LA Dweebs, with both of these Cleveland players rotating over to cover up this B side.
Yeah, side of Cleveland are able to get at least 1 kill here, make this a 2v3. It was an eventual, or was a 2v4 to start out with Minx able to pick up that kill towards Dapper, and this final kill coming in from the side of LA Dweebs, and that's exactly what they needed there. You know, I was saying it, but no one else could hear what I was saying, that this was a big round from the side of LA Dweebs here. They needed this offense here to kind of swing the momentum of this search in their favor. You know, winning a defense is pretty easy on Karachi search and destroy sometimes, but winning an offense and in a pretty convincing fashion there, only losing 1 player towards the end, that can really swing the confidence of your team heading in here to the rest of the maps here. Is the side of Cleveland are going to be attacking on this Karachi side. Looks like we're going to be seeing towards a little bit of an A hit here. We do see a nice grenade coming in there from Ryden, able to blow up that car, able to get that kill on Serpent, kind of secure that first blood for his team and keep that man advantage here. As Ryden is really just making moves here. Should have a pretty easy kill towards that top fire, able to make that a 4v2 for or 4v3 for his team, but is eventually going to fall here. Wake and SoFlo each able to pick up a kill on their own. That's going to be left to a Quan in a 1v2. And, you know, from the side of LA Dweebs, that's another round win. That's going to be 3 in a row. You're going to be going up 3-2 in this map. And it's looking pretty good so far for them on this map number 5.
Yeah, really solid 3 straight rounds there for the side of the LA Dweebs, able to kind of play their life and play their wins. We saw Wake get a really big kill there from Ticket on that 8-point. And after losing that first blood to that nade on that yellow car, just a really solid bounce back there, able to play that disadvantage and get that round win. But like we've mentioned, you don't always want to be playing from that position, so it's going to be a really solid round win, but they don't want to let that kind of be the standard of what happens throughout this map. And we see a little bit of a switch up for the side of the LA Dweebs, you know, playing the vast majority of their plays through that B point. They're going to be looking to get aggressive over here towards the A side. Zinni's able to pick off 1 player bottom Ticket, and Wake has made his way into top fire. He's going to be looking to possibly spot out a player. We see Ryden able to get another kill with Serpent getting a kill. 2 Dapper able to get a kill bottom fire, and it's going to be up to SoFlo here in a 1v3 playing back towards the junk area. He's able to find 1 player. It's going to get turned on and is going to get killed there from the side of the Cleveland Misfires. That's going to be tied up 3-3 here in this map number 5.
Yeah, the Cleveland Misfires just kind of back to their standard, can do no wrong in a round. Ryden able to pick up that final kill towards that bottom red side, but they are able to tie it up here in a 3v3 in this Karachi here. And, you know, that could be kind of a, you know, the LA Dweebs were able to get 3 rounds in a row there. That could be a little bit of a showstopper. We'll kind of see what happens here, as they do have a defensive side a little bit easier. So we'll kind of see what happens here in this round. But, you know, this is the point where LA Dweebs, you really probably don't want to lose any more rounds here. You don't really want this to be a close game. You kind of want to start to blow them out of the water, because, you know, you're down 4-0 in rounds, or, you know, map count here. They are able to pick up some early kills here, able to keep that man advantage here in a 3v2. SoFlo kind of putting the aggression here towards the chicken side, able to get shots down, but no kills coming out, as Ming kind of sent in for the hunt here, but not able to find anybody just yet. As Quan's kind of escaping his life here, playing pretty well. But like I was saying, from the side of the LA Dweebs, this is kind of where you really just want to let the game get out of hand, and really just kind of take it away. Win 3 here, get this game over with, and start moving on in the series. You don't want to have Cleveland feel like they really have a chance. That's kind of going to be your best bet to start making a comeback here, is really just start slamming them.
Yeah, we see Zinni making a nice little play, able to get his life out and get this bomb planted down A, but he's going to have a tough 1v2 here against Serpent and Minx, but they're going to have a full rotation over from that chicken side of the map where they were both hanging out waiting for a player to chow. So he's looking to make a possible play here, rotating up to possibly top yellow as we're seeing both of those players come in through the junk side of the map. It'll be interesting to see how this timing kind of plays out. He's going to have only under 30 seconds left on the bomb. He's gonna be able to see it. He's gonna cross. He's gonna see one bus. He's gonna kind of know that both these players are here. He's looking for kills. They're gonna line up. He's not able to get either kill. He's able to get one onto Minx. He's able to get out with his life. Serpent left in the 1v1 is able to win that and get the defuse. So really solid play from the LA Dweebs there. Really good retake. They did a really good job of playing their lives and kind of splitting up, kind of isolating Quan there to have to, or Zinni there to make the actual play. So solid retake from the side of the LA Dweebs, looking to take that advantage. Up 4-3 now, moving towards the offensive side of Karachi.
Yeah, the side of Cleveland Misfires, we almost saw that great clutch coming in. Good bomb placement. Zenny really able to make that initial rotation there. And, he almost had it there. With those kills towards bus, if they just line up for another half second or so, he's got that round win for his team. And they are heading back to a defense here, so kind of easy going. So it's really at this point in the round, or excuse me, this point in the game, who can kind of win back-to-back rounds. We kind of see these defenses kind of slipping. These offenses kind of just slipping to the crack. No one's winning them anymore. Cleveland able to pick up the first 2 kills here. LA Dweebs able to take one of those back, but still at this man disadvantage here on offense, which is going to be pretty rough here on this Karachi Wake. Is in a pretty good spot here. They are going to spot someone top satellite here, so this could be a good spot here. Zenny is able to kind of sneak around here. Wake not able to see that player. Wake eventually able to pick that up, but left himself in a 1v3 here with about 45 seconds left. This is going to be pretty tough.
Yeah, it's going to be a 1v2 for the side of the Cleveland Misfires. We see Dapper and Quan left alive. Quan's set up on their mid-heady. They know that this player is trapped back towards this side of the map. It looks like Wake is trying to make this rotation over to the A-bomb. The Cleveland Misfires are going to play towards this B point, just waiting for the bomb to come down and make their retake happen. As we see Wake planting the bomb, we see one player top yellow is probably going to be able to spot him on bomb. He's going to get off the bomb, try to replant. We see some wall bangs coming in from Dapper. He's going to push this player, and Wake is probably going to be dead here on the bomb. So really solid retake from the side of the Cleveland Misfires, playing their timing well, knowing that there was nobody towards that B side of the map. They were able to start their early rotation, get some shots in, force the player off bomb, force him back on bomb, and ultimately when you're stuck in that scenario with so little time left, you got to plant the bomb. You got to win the ones close, and unfortunately, just not able to in that moment from Wake. Just a little bit of some rough timing there, and some good shots coming down from Tapper on that wall bang from the bus side. So tied up again here, 4-4. We're seeing a very, very back and forth map so far throughout this Karachi search and destroy. So the Cleveland Misfires on the offensive side, they're going to be making their way towards this A-bomb, and they're going to be looking to take a 5-4 lead in this map number 5.
Yeah, some would say making their way downtown. I feel like that's a terrible joke this late in the series and this late at night, but we're moving there. We do see kind of an equal trade here on, this round number 9, being a 3v3 here, but Raves, I say that SoFlo and Wake are able to pick up 2 kills, able to make this a 1v3 for Zenny here. If you were to clutch this, not looking very great with bomb being down just right outside P1 towards that brick corner. Going to be an unfortunate time. I don't know if the LA Dweebs know that that bomb is down, but they are going to spot that player going up towards that top third. Zenny might be able to make a little bit of a fake here, kind of see if there's anybody chicken side, but he's kind of clueless at this point. The side of LA Dweebs are pretty spread out. They have a lot of the map covered, so they should be good here finding this player. Wake able to find the player and finish that kill. Going to be another round for the side of LA Dweebs, and this is going to be game point for them for the first time.
Yeah, really solid start to this Karachi search and destroy from the LA Dweebs, doing a really good job of playing their advantage. Like we said, it was very important. We see Wake, they're able to get the info on him back towards that chicken P3 side of the map and able to get out and play bridge, play kind of that power position that we see a lot of players on the search and destroy. And like you said, they're going to have map point here on the offense. So if they're able to win a very solid offensive round here, they're going to have their first map on the board, and they're going to be starting this reverse sweep. So we're going to have to see how this kind of plays out. We see the bomb planter going towards the B side for the side of the LA Dweebs, kind of going back to their standard hit. We see the Cleveland Misfires kind of setting up a player in P1 towards that and towards that bridge side as well. Ryden's taking some shots onto that top third area. Wake is looking to get active. They're looking to possibly make their play and push out through this and get this bomb planted. So we see Wake crossing over towards the bridge side. He knows that there's a player here. He's looking for him to be making the play from the side, able to get that kill, and that's going to open up this map a little bit. He's looking for players through that P1 side. Zinni's able to get some shots down, but unable to secure any kills. We see Quan kind of making the big play. He's able to take off the bomb planter, going to get straight out from top third. 2Dapper looking for that player top third, able to put some shots down, but able to finish the kill. SoFlo with a big 2-piece, and it's going to be left to Zinni in a 1v3 here again for him with the bomb going down. He's going to have a tough time here with a player bottom chicken, a player top third, and a player on bridge. He's going to find Minx, unable to get that kill, does finish it off, but these players from the side of the LA Dweebs are going to know where he's at, so it's going to be a big play from Zinni here to secure your squad this series win. But from the side of LA Dweebs, they're looking to play together. They're set up in top church and top second. He's going to spot SoFlo and is going to get ripped. So really solid bounce back map there from the side of the LA Dweebs. You know, there is hope in this reverse sweep happening. Just a really nice play there. Able to win some really crucial gunfights. You can see maybe some fire happening in their eyes now where they know that their season's on the line here. That may have woken them up a little bit. And I know everybody in the CRL Twitch chat loves the absolute masterpieces that we have of these ads here in the CRL. But as we're loading into this Karachi control, the side of the LA Dweebs, you know, they're able to get their first map win on the series, and they're going to be looking to potentially start that comeback coming through here. But we see a P1, this A capture point going, ticks going down pretty quickly from the side of the Cleveland Misfires. Minx is on the flank. He's able to get taken down by the team. There's only left to a 1v1. That's Quan winning that, and we see a player that's already on the B point as well. So the A capture point not able to go down, but with these ticks already starting on the B side, it's going to be up to Zinni here looking for these players off spawn. He's going to get taken down, but Riding should be able to secure this A capture point here. So with a 2-minute and 10-second time left in this map here, they're going to have a lot of solid time to make their break go through on this B capture point. You know, on this cafe side of the map, it's all about getting that 4 or 3 dead and then just holding the players off spawn. You know, going over that jump up area and through that yellow alley. It's so difficult as a defensive team to make that actually happen once you've been sent back to the shadow realm of your spawns back on this milk truck side of the map. But it all comes down to the possibility of getting that done early. So you have to get that 3 or 4 dead so you can actually push up and take control. It's all about that point very early on in this round.
Yeah, and here in the Karachi control rig, especially on this offense here, you know, any 3-4 dead on if you're on the defense and you have 3 or 4 of your players die, your round's over. Especially on this B side, you see those players stack, you know, 3-4 players. It goes pretty quick here. You get pinched off pretty quick from your spawn. We do see that a quick 2 coming down. Serpent kind of able to eliminate that with Zenny. They're able to keep a little bit of map control here. And so far, the side of LA Dweebs have been having a pretty good defense. But, you know, as I mentioned, it can flip on its head pretty quick here on Karachi. So you have to have a stellar defense for the entire time. We do see a team kill coming in there. So it's going to be kind of an even there. And so we just see a pretty good layering here from the LA Dweebs. They're not all really playing together like you normally see. They're pretty spread out on the map. But Cleveland Misfires are still looking to get their trades and do what they need. Yeah, we see, you know, the Cleveland Misfires here. We are seeing a little bit of backtrack here. Pick up this player towards Junk. We do see 2Dapper able to pick up another kill as well. We do see a couple players on point. One player was on point, went towards that back alley. Seeing some trades happening back and forth here. Killed The kill feed is pretty pinstripe here on this side, but we do see the clock stopped. We do see one player on B. Second player has not quite hopped him yet. We do see some players kind of try to go through this A side, maybe just hit a different angle on the LA Dweebs from the Cleveland Misfire side. So that could be interesting. Look for 2Dapper here, but unfortunately, we are going to see 2 players fall. They're going to find that third player on time. 2Dapper able to pick up the kill, but unfortunately, it's not going to be great here. So we got about 10 seconds left. That's going to be riding closest to the point. And he's probably not going to be able to touch the point here. Taking a pretty impossible gunfight towards that backside, and he was the last player alive as well. So that is going to be it for the side of Cleveland Misfires. LA Dweebs able to pick up a defensive round here on Karachi, which is pretty hard. So we'll see what happens on this offensive round.
Yeah, a solid defense from the side of the LA Dweebs there. They're able to secure that. I'm not sure exactly how many ticks came down from the side of the Cleveland Misfires, but that can play a part as we get later into this map. Karachi itself, it can be very cited based on how the map's going. Offense can be favored, defense can be favored. It's just a lot of back and forth. But getting that round number 1 win and starting off this map very early with that round number 1 is going to lead to some success. We see a big stack coming through onto this A capture point as we see 1 tick already going down, the second tick flying through as well. This third tick is already on its way as well. So LA Dweebs off to a strong start here, getting some of these kills. We're left into a 1v1 on point, possibly a 2v1. As Minx is looking for Dapper here, he's able to win that. That's going to be 3 dead, and they're going to be pushing that third tick down, and they've got some presence over here towards the B site, so they're looking to catch these players off rotation. Sydney able to get 1, Riding able to pick off 1, but ultimately they're going to get taken down, and we're going to see Wake into this B capture point, able to pause this time again for the LA Dweebs, and we see that A capture going through as well. So really solid offensive start here as we see some shots going into Zinni. We're seeing Wake kind of push around, and that's going to be all the players dead around the B capture point except for these 2 players bust. Zinni's able to win that gunfight as well. So with this A capture point gone, they're going to be looking to have kind of the same play as the Cleveland Misfire did in that first round, where they're just kind of looking for that early 3 or 4 dead, looking to get their map presence up and go through.
And that is just the craziest stun I've ever seen that doesn't hit somebody just hanging in between those two shelves there towards that counter side. But we do see the side of Cleveland as far as they did have presence junk there to get a little bit of a spawn trap going on. But we do see LA Dweebs able to break out of that pretty quick, but they do have to fight through a couple players here. And this round could have been pretty dangerous from the side of Cleveland. LA Dweebs got that first point pretty much as quick as possible, and then started that rotate over. So big on Cleveland so far to get the kills they need. We get SoFlo on a big flank here, able to buy some time for his team. See some kills coming down. Raiden able to pick up 2 kills there in the front, looking for this player in the back as SoFlo's kind of just hanging out, waiting to see what he can get. That is going to be SoFlo eventually taken down from the side of LA Dweebs, but they are at least out of their spawn into red. We'll see if they can make something happen here.
Yeah, and I mean, at this point in the round, with only 45 seconds left and the lives dwindling down, it's going to come down to maybe a push or 2 here to secure this side. And we see 2 kills going to the way of the LA Dweebs there, but we see the 2 kills coming right back. We see SoFlo able to get another kill, but it's going to get traded out by Zinni on a really hot start to start this off, going 18-9. See Minx is able to get into the point, able to pick off one of the players yellow. He's looking to just stop this clock and give his team the capability to kind of pick off these players coming through spawn. But some of the gunfights are going back and forth right now. We're seeing Quan here hitting the flank. It's left to just 2 players on the side of LA Dweebs. SoFlo is going to get taken out, and it's going to be Minx left here on the capture point all by himself versus all of the Cleveland Misfire players flying in. Ultimately, it's going to get picked off, and that's going to be a defensive side win for the side of the Cleveland Misfires.
Yeah, the side of LA Dweebs had a really good opportunity there, but good on the side of Cleveland really there just to bring it back on that defensive side, just have a strong defensive hold. So far, we're kind of seeing the abnormality here on Karachi Control with 2 back-to-back defenses being won. Typically, you're seeing a lot of offenses won on this map, just because how easy it is to get 4 down and then hop that B point. Cleveland Misfires looking like they're making an interesting play here. We see the entire team going towards this B side. Serpent able to pick up one. He is going to fall eventually, but the LA Dweebs, that is going to be all 4 dead from the side of Cleveland. They can push up, get some spawn trap here. We do see Soflo watching towards this top 30. He's going to spot 1, 2. Only going to spot 2 players, but all 4 were there. So it's a good play from the side of LA Dweebs so far.
Yeah, really hot start from the side of LA Dweebs, getting that early 4 dead. Kind of just reading that play, honestly, knowing that the other team is going to push towards this B capture point. So able to get a very early life advantage. No tick progress has come down yet, so 44 seconds left on the clock as 2Dapper is able to hop in this A capture point. But he's kind of alone right now, no presence from his team, so he's going to have to kind of make the play himself. Is able to win a big 1v1 there as Serpent's looking for him in the hill. That first tick is going to get secured, and now his team is kind of playing around him for that support. They're looking to close this out as we see a cruise missile coming in from the side of Serpent. We may see these players scatter on this hill. Serpent's able to get the player in hill, and to know that Zinni's here, unable to win that gunfight though, but with only Quan left in the hill, Soflo is looking to get active there, win this, and get that time starting to tick down again as the Cleveland Misfires are rotating over to this B capture point. Early gunfight win for Riding, and the rest of his team kind of all around him, so they're looking pretty solid so far. Makes the big 2-piece, looking for the third, able to get traded out. Soflo kind of finding it himself, is going to get possibly traded out as well, does, and now it's going to be 3 players to the side of nobody for the side of the LA Dweebs here. So they're looking to push these players off a spawn, get this B capture point done, and move their way over to secure that final tick over on A, and get this offensive round in the books.
Yeah, that is going to be pretty much the B's control point captured there from the side of Cleveland. They do have 2 ticks on A, so this could be pretty easy here, but A is sometimes pretty difficult to attack here. We do see 2 coming down. 2 kills coming from the side of Cleveland already. Make that 3. Last player is going to be towards this green cut. He is going to get spotted by number 3. He is going to fall, and that is going to be the round towards the Cleveland Misfires. Able to pick up that offensive round like we've been talking about on this garage and control, and so they're heading into an offense with not only game point, but that is going to be series and championship point here in Gold Mix during Summer MWIII.
Yeah, really solid offensive round win from the side of the Cleveland Misfires. They're able to make that swift transition over towards B. They were able to get some really big one-on-one gunfight wins over towards that side to give themselves the presence, and then ultimately just kind of play their trades out, get that 4 wipe, and then just secure that point. With only 1 tick left on A, it's going to be really hard to lock that down for an entire minute, from the top third side of the map. So they're looking to close this out on the defensive side. Definitely possible with how we've seen this map go so far, but we could see the same thing from the LA Dweebs come through, where they're able to get a really solid offensive round win, as we see in some of these players kind of just looking for these other players. Ryden's able to get behind bridge just a little bit. Serpent reads the player flanking. He's looking for Ryden top second. He's going to get traded out by both those players, and with 2 ticks secured, you're off to a solid start on the A capture point. But with no real presence towards the B side of the map, they're looking to make the shift over here, but they are just kind of going to be fallen into the arms of the Cleveland Misfires. We see 2Dapper and Soflo standing side by side. 2Dapper is able to win that gunfight, send the rest of the players back to spawn. So really solid start to this defense, letting go of some early ticks, but ultimately this clock is starting to tick down with nobody able to touch any sort of time. As we see Zinni playing with some of these favorite spots in the ticket side, he's able to get 2 that light up for him. Third's going down. It's going to be Wake left in the top yellow. He's going to get taken off as well, and that's going to be all of the LA Dweebs off spawn again as Riding's looking to get active towards their spawn. He's looking for these players off spawn. He's able to spot Wake, not able to get any kills, and they're going to have the info that these players are pushing through the chicken side of the map.
Yeah, LA Dweebs really got to make something so far. That is 3 dead. Last player being number 2 in Quan over towards that chicken side. He's going to get top third. A little bit of flank here. Could pick up a couple good info. That's going to be A point secured for the side of LA Dweebs. Quan is on a chase here. Able to pick up 1 in Serpents. And he able to pick up 1. Not able to pick up the kill on Soflo. Dapper is there for the trade. So it's going to be all players kind of in that aggressive spot. Right in looking for that flank. Just great heads up awareness there. And then everybody in the LA Dweebs really sent back to that spawn and just kind of got a replay here. You got a minute left, and you don't got much time to make a move.
Yeah, with only 50 seconds left to make this play happen, and being down in lives, you're gonna have to get some big kills very early on. But all the trades are going to the side of the Cleveland Misfires right now. Serpent, kind of the last player with positioning left. He's looking to clear out this ticket side of the map. He's hunting down these players, but he's ultimately going to get traded out by Zinni when he's hunting for a different player. Wake pushing up towards Bust is going to get traded out as well, and that's going to be all four back to the spawn of the LA Dweebs there. As we're seeing some Cleveland Misfire players come throughout the middle of the map, a big two-piece coming down there. Zinni's able to get a trade onto a player that's going top fire. And with 20 seconds left, number 7, that's Minx, is looking to slip the net, stop that capture point time from ticking down, and he's going to be looking to kind of make this play for his team. Big 1v1 here on the capture point against Quan. Ultimately, Quan's going to get traded out by a different player, but there's still no supporting cast here for the side of the LA Dweebs, so he's going to be left all alone here with 20 seconds left. Now you're kind of at the sprint and run part of this capture point. We see a couple trades going down, big two-piece from Wake. We see SoFlo able to kind of slip the net, able to get a kill onto Quan there. He's got to stop this time, though, to give his team... Oh, no, he's left in a 1v12, so... unless he's able to go absolutely huge here, this is going to be round and map win from the side of Cleveland Misfires. Able to secure their championship for this summer CRL mixed gold division. Just a great series overall from them. Looked very dominant throughout. We saw a really nice bounce back from the side of the LA Dweebs, but unfortunately just being down that much in a series, it's a really tough uphill battle to climb.